Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. The second part of the Vivaro front seats. Well, the driver's seat anyway. And if you like what we're doing, please take a second to hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing. So on the last video, we took all this apart and we were going to get my wife to repair that panel there. Unfortunately, her machine wouldn't do this. Well, I say wouldn't. We were worried it was going to damage it because there's so many layers here. So I bit the bullet and was recommended by a friend of J. Jerome from Universal Upholstery. I think I got that right, Universal Upholstery. And he done it for me and he did a cracking job because, I mean, that's what it was there. And look, you wouldn't, it's factory. He's knocked it out of the park. So Jay, thank you very much. I'll put a link to you down below somehow. He's got Instagram account. I think it's Upholstery Universal, I think. Anyway, I'll put that down there anyway. Thank you so much, Jay. He re-stitched this in. Perfect job he's done. Looks lovely, and he's done a couple of little repairs there as well, which is really, really nice. Thank you, Jay. I didn't even ask him to do that. But anyway, that was 60 quid. Now, I think that's pretty good. He had the fabric from here. This is the old double. So it's matching and everything. But yes, thank you so much. I'm not sponsored by him or anything, but he's a cracking bloke. If you're in the Somerset area, you need some car upholstery doing, he does the full works. Check him out. So before we do anything with this lot, the back piece was actually okay. That was the original back. That cleaned up lovely. These have all been in the washing machine, by the way. I just done them on a, I can't remember what it was, 40 degree. And yeah, they come up lovely. Make sure you take all the plastic bits out though. So we're looking at the foams. Now this is the back piece. Goes up like so. So I think that I'm going to be able to glue most of this back together. And then I'm going to strengthen it with some material which is over here. 2 ticks. This stuff here. Now my wife uses this for interfacing on when she does her bags and stuff and whatever interfacing is. And she says this is sort of a headlining material, and it is. It's nice and tough. It's got a bit of thickness to it. So I'm going to be cutting out sections not like that, but I'm going to be strengthening up that and strengthening up the back as well, because in here you can see that, can you see that there's that sort of red mesh that is supposed to strengthen the foam when it goes over the frame here. I mean, this isn't too bad, this is sort of wide, but it still managed to push through, because that's all that's happened. All that is that's pushed through. That's why it can go back together. So I'll be fiddling with that. I don't really know what I'm doing yet, but I'll do it, if that makes sense. So that's the back piece. Now, the lower piece, this is what we sit on, whatever that's called. It's obviously been chewed away here, sorry. So I'm going to take some foam from the spare double, and I'm going to try gluing it in here and trying to shape it. However I'm going to do that, I'm not sure of that either. But see, the underside of that is supposed to look like that. Obviously that's got a little split in it in there. And that's got that red mesh in it again. Sorry, you can't see it, but it's got that red mesh in there. So I'm not sure I'm going to do this yet, because obviously there's a lot of gluing got to go back in. I think I'm going to try and, I might even cut that section there, glue that all back together, because it's not falling apart. I might have to peel a bit of it away, get rid of that red mesh, and then so it's at least it's solid. And then I might cut out this section here, because this, I mean, this is almost designed to make the foam fail. Look at that. Look how fine that bar is. That's where your, I don't know, thighs go, outer thighs, and you're pushing down on that, and you know, you've got a bit of foam with that little bit of red mesh. It's going to push it through. So I'm going to try some of this underneath, so it's going to end up like that, stuck to the foam to try and stop it happening again. Like I say, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'll probably make it up as we go along. If it works, you can copy me, and if it don't. Right, so we're set up on the bench. This is the glue I'm going to use. So it's trim and fix adhesive. You've got to spray it on, leave it to dry, and then squish it together. Got a sharp bread knife, scissors, and this interface fabric, which I'm making this up, so let's go for it. Right, now I do apologise for you who do trimming and the such like, because I've made a right dog's dinner of this, but they're stuck together. There is a step there, so I'm going to see if Mandy's got some more of this and maybe put a sort of panel over that to smooth it over. It'll also strengthen it inside of this. I've put not packing, it's where the the bar goes. Went stuck there. I've got to re-stick that. But it's strengthened it inside. Anyway, it's not pretty, but it's pretty strong, I think. And on this one, same sort of thing. Wherever it was split, I've just put interface in. I've actually double layered that because there was another split down in below. So, but the bar will sit down in there, and I reckon, even though it, like I say, it's not pretty. And I apologise for all you upholsterers out there. But hey, that's where we are. Now this bit I've set in, obviously there's a step there. So I'm going to trim that. Sorry, I can't see it, can you? Let's get on there. So I'm going to trim it and then shape it. Now I'm not sure how, I don't know if I can sand it. I tried a bit of this coarse sort of emery, and it might shape it, I don't know, but I think I'll do the same with this. If I can get a piece of interface and that shape, or maybe over there, I don't know, just to strengthen it, because this is going to get all the wear where you're climbing and out. So I'm going to let this set off properly for a little bit, and then I'm going to try and do a bit of shaping. I might even get a sander. I might be able to do it with a sander. Anyway, let's set that off, and then we'll try some shaping in a sec. Well, I have made a bit of a dog's dinner of this, but it's getting there. It's getting there. The shape is reasonable. This, unfortunately, when I squeeze these together, I didn't get that quite in this right shape. If you can see there to there, I've pulled that bit in. So I think I'll glue a bit of foam in there, sort of slither of foam in there, and try and shape that. And similar to here really, but and here I've deformed it, so I'm going to try and smooth these bits out with some bits of foam, but not too bad really. I mean, it's actually quite firm. I'm not dissatisfied with it. It's not too bad. I cheated. I did try the cover. I just put it on there and it doesn't look too bad. I haven't put the hog rings in, obviously. But I think, yeah, I think I'll put a slither in there and try and smooth that off. I won't put you through the pain of watching me do that as well, but I'll come back in a minute when I've done a bit of fettling on it and spent some stupid time on it. Right, so I've been fiddling around and this is what I ended up with. The shape is there, it's not the smoothest. So what I've done is I've been thieving, I have, and I've nicked some of Mandy's brand new interface, not the offcuts. Do you think she'll be alright with that? Don't tell her. Anyway, so I've cut this bit here, so that will slot down inside there, and I'll have to trim it around a bit. But I've come along here, this is where the seam of the cover goes, so I don't think you'll see it, and then I'll fold it around. I might have to do some little trim bits here to tidy it up, but I think that will strengthen that up a lot and it will give it a bit of a smoother shape. So I was so keen on doing that, I sort of nicked some other bits, smooth that out of the way. So what I've done now is I've made bits for there to strengthen this up, and then I thought, well, that's a bit there, and so I've done a bit there and a bit there. And this is all where the seam goes. That's the only place you might sort of see an edge. So, but it's not very thick. So I'm willing. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. Anyway, so I think we're going to be yet more. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to record really fast. Time lapse. Time lapse. That's it. Time lapse. Okie dokie, right. Well, that one has come out pretty good. There's a bit of a ripple in it, you can see, but it doesn't feel too bad. And the glue's not quite caught in there, but that'll be held in, so that's good. This one, yeah. But hey, I had to trim it a little bit. Yeah, that one should be there and that one should be there, but it's not the prettiest. But this is all nice. I think this is going to strengthen it right up, and that really doesn't. It's so soft, this stuff. I reckon we'll be all right there. But yeah, so it should give it a new lease of life anyway. Next, we've got to get it on that base. So let's have a tidy up. All right, so now is the moment of truth. We're going to try and put these things on. All I've done preparation wise is I've put these back in the tubes. There's a fabric tube there. It's just a bit of plastic. They're just pulling it out. I pulled them out to wash it. So I'll put it up on the tripod and then we'll see how we get on. It might be time lapsey, it might not. Let's see. So to start with, I've just put this inside out. I've just lined up the holes for the headrest, and then I'm going to come around here and I'm going to try and get the, what they're called, hog rings between those wires, you see those wires, and through this wire here. Wow, Blimey, that was a bit of a workout. It was a bit creased there. But, I don't think that looks too bad. I mean, it's just a bit of fiddling just to get the wrinkles out. What do you reckon? I got a sweat on. Blimey. So, I guess next it's the base. So we've done the same with that. You can see that just the hog rings just in there. Sorry if you cannot see. Oh, come on. There's the hog ring there. So yeah, all I've got to do now is squish that in there, wrap it round and stuff. So sorry, this is going to be very, very heavy on the old time lapse, but yeah, it'll be here. You'll be watching for hours otherwise. Let's get that on there. Right, here we go. Now, what do you reckon? Obviously I got to get the headrest, but that's upstairs. But I'm pleased with this. It's a bit, you can see it's a tiny, tiny bit different shape there. See, it's just, that's just from the foam. But obviously, oh, there's a bit of mud. I'll get that off. But, wow. What do you reckon? I'm sure the creases will just go once it's been sat on. Oh, I am pleased. I'm very pleased. Especially since, hang on. When we got it, that was there. So yeah, that's good foam. Oh yes! Wow. No, yay! I'm chuffed. I am chuffed. I'm sorry, I'm shaking you around a bit, but I'm so pleased with how that's turned out. You can't see where those bits are there. It's that. Oh, there's a little crease in there. I have to sort that little crease out. But yeah, I'm sorry. I am chuffed. Oh, yes. Let's get this in the van. Got the old one, we're going to swap it out. All it is seat belt, and I'll put a zip tie up there to stop it ravelling all the way up. And we've got 3 of these big Torx headed bolts, and disconnect the battery and undo the pre-tensioner, the seat belt pre-tensioner electrics, and swap it out. I won't put you through that because you've seen far too much time lapse already, so we'll do the old swap-a-rooney. Ha ha ha! Here we go! And that's the old new one, the one I bought anyway. And this is the original tarted up, and there is a couple of marks there. See a little yellow mark there, and a little bit there. I think that's glue. Mandy's got some glue remover, which I'm going to try that. So, but what do you think? Look at that. And we're good. We've got decent front seats. Hey, proper job. All right, guys. Well, this is comfy. I could sit in here all day now, and I'm not all lopsided, and I'm hugged, and it's really nice. It's better than I thought it was going to be, actually. This is as comfy as the Golf. So anyway, we're done, and I think I'm very pleased. We've got nice front seats all sorted. This actually, the passenger seat, I just noticed a bit dirty. I've got a bit more cleaner to do there, but we'll be good. I've actually done a price breakdown. So the double cost me 130 quid, and that came with a swivel. The spare single, which was sat here whilst I was repairing this, with a base, so I bought them separately, but it was 60 quid together. The fabric repair from Jay. I'll leave a link to his website down below. That was 60 quid. And the glue and the interface and stuff like that we already had. So that adds up to a grand total of £250 to sort out the front seats. But I've got stuff to sell. Now I've got spare single base, or spare single seat and base all together. Now I reckon I can get 50 quid for that, because it's a lot cleaner than when I bought it. The swivel, I can get 100 quid for that all day. And I got foam, the backrest for the double, some of the spare fabric and the frame, and I've got all the headrests and stuff like that. So I reckon about 50 quid maybe for all that in bits and bobs. So I reckon I can get a couple hundred quid back on bits I've got. So really, if I can get that much, this whole front seat repair has cost me 50 quid and my time. So I am as chuffed as nuts as that. That's really good. Right, that's it. I'd like to thank Jay, Universal Upholstery. I'd like to thank my wife for letting me steal the interface that she doesn't know I've stolen yet. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be okay, won't it? I hope so. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm sorry there's so much time lapse, but I just it would be here for hours if you were watching me do that, and I don't like just cutting in too much. You know, I'd like to show you how sometimes I struggle. And yeah, anyway, if you like my style, you like my style. If you don't, I'm sorry. If you'd like to leave a thumbs up, please do. It helps the channel grow. Just down there, give it the old that'd be great. And consider subscribing. I can never say subscribing. Consider subscribing, please. And look us up on Instagram, larks_workshop. And I hope to see you next time. Cheers then. And I can't remember what his website is. Dear. Yeah, I'll put a link anyway. I said that already. This is rubbish.